What is going on, everybody? My name is Bigly Shrunk, and today we are going to be doing a world showcase. And this isn't just any world showcase, this is a world that I created on my own. This is the Star Wars Lightsabers world. This world is up on Planet Minecraft right now for you guys to download. I will leave a link in the description for you guys. This is a world I started earlier in the summer of 2021. So I've been working on it for a couple of months, and what I did was I was on TikTok, and I would be taking everyone's suggestions on there, and it would just pretty much, every video, my favorite suggestion would get a lightsaber. And I don't know how many are on the field right now, but again, you can count them. You get a better look at it once you are in your own Minecraft world, once you download it to get a better look. So yeah, and there are very recognizable ones, and then there are ones that you may not recognize. So let's jump into it. The first one we have right now is the Kylo Ren lightsaber. This lightsaber is probably one of the most unique because of the side blades that come out on the hilt. And I tried to give it like a different effect by adding a little bit more white in there, and red and the crackling effect instead of just one solid blade. And actually, I think I'm going to turn shaders off because I think it would be a better view. Alright, now that shaders are indeed off, you can see better the red lights. So yeah, first we have Kylo Ren. Moving on is Luke Skywalker's from Return of the Jedi, again with the light green blade, and it resembles Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber very much so. Up next is Anakin Skywalker's, or Luke Skywalker's. Definitely not Rey's though, swear to God. But again, it's a very simple design, and just with the light blue, I did everything. I tried to have everything by a 5x5 square. Again, with some protruding out like this, with the exception of this, and like the extra like grips and like some extra buttons. But the base is just a really tall 5x5 square, or 3x3x3x3x3 circle. Up next is, of course, none other than Darth Vader's. Who else would you put right after Anakin's lightsaber? Darth Vader's. This one was actually my first one that I've ever made, and it was just kind of sitting in my old world, just not doing any much. And someone pointed it out in a video and said you should build more, so that's what started this entire thing. Up next is none other than Qui-Gon Jinn. Again, very, very simple. This one was actually very easy to make because of how simple it actually is, just with the red button and the gray design pattern and the thicker emitter, but again with the light green blade. And up next is the Darksaber from the Clone Wars, Rebels, Mandalorian. I got a lot of hate for this one because in the video on my TikTok, I put the Mandalorian theme. They're like, "You're not a real Star Wars fan because the Mandalorian's not where the lights." But I mean, the reason why I chose it is because of how popular it was at the time, and that's where it got its popularity from. This one was rather difficult. It's simple, but it's super difficult because, again, you would expect the blade to be going the same direction as this, like the blade. It was just kind of like, it's a very nice zigzag pattern, and this was really cool to make, just this, because it looks super, super cool, lapping around itself. I like it. I really do like it a lot. Moving on is Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber from Revenge of the Sith, and again, very, very, very similar to Luke Skywalker's in Return of the Jedi, only just a few minor adjustments. And that is because in Star Wars Legends, I do believe, when Luke was going to build his own lightsaber after losing his in the second episode 4, after losing Anakin's lightsaber in episode 4, he needed to build a new one. So he got the schematics and blueprints, I guess you could say, from Obi-Wan's. So yes, that's why they very, very closely resemble each other. Up next is, honestly, probably one of my favorites. As much as I dislike the character, Rey's lightsaber is the coolest one of the coolest in my opinion, just because it's very different. It has this little twisty thing where it looked like you could change color, but again, I don't know if that's true or not. I guess we'll have to see in future movies and other legends. But again, the wrapping I kind of just made out of the stripped wood. I felt like that was best. Up next is probably one of my least favorite because it just doesn't look great. It's not like the greatest, and obviously you can tell that. But who else has a purple blade other than, of course, Mace Windu? One of my favorite characters, Samuel L. Jackson, killed it in the movies. Even as bad as the sequels are, those movies are as bad as the prequels are. Sorry. Um, Samuel L. Jackson did a perfect job. This next hilt was kind of a joke, something that's very, very silly, but it is the Lego Star Wars hilt. I have so many of these, so this was easy to do because all I had to do was hold it in my hand and look at the things. And again, instead of this pattern, which I actually probably should go over right now, I have each pattern is consistent of 3 different blocks. White concrete, the other color, white concrete, the respective colored concrete, and the same colored glass. I originally just had it with the concrete, and but that kind of looked it just didn't look good. So I added the glass to give it its own special look. It adds like a glow. It adds like the light glow to it. Moving on, again, it's different with the blade here because again, the Lego rods are just a clear, translucent pole. So of course I didn't need to add all the effects. Up next is the little green lightsaber, also that belongs to, of course, Master Yoda. This is also one of my favorites. I have the Lego Yoda statue and the lightsaber. I pretty much just grabbed that and based it off of course, pictures as well. But it was very, very nice. And this one, moving on, is one of my most difficult ones that I've ever made. This is Count Dooku. And the curvature, of course, gives it away that how difficult it really was to make. This one took me about 2 hours just to really get this down, just because I was testing so many different like styles of something that could work. Again, while keeping it to look nice, the only thing I think I did wrong was the way that this is. I feel like the blade should have kept going out like in this direction more instead of just straight up, if you know what I mean. Like instead it would go like follow, I guess, the pattern that this is going in, not just straight up, but it needed to fit. So, and this one is an odd one. Someone told me that I should create my own custom one. So I have, of course, Bigly Shrunk. This one is just a very basic. It looks very dark because I made up like a little story that like my character is a Jedi who lost his lightsaber, got almost killed by a Sith, but ended up killing the Sith and stealing his lightsaber, replacing it with a green kyber crystal. Up next is Ahsoka Tano. And these aren't the normal blades like in the Clone Wars. This is Season 7 with the blue blades that Anakin gives her. I chose the blue blades because it's more sentimental and it's more meaningful to the story. And they're probably really cool. I do like the design of them. I do like the gold. It has a nice balance of color in them. Up next is, again, a small one, but a very effective lightsaber. It is Darth Sidious, Emperor Palpatine himself. Again, very, very simple, and I'm so glad that the new copper blocks got in, because I used to be super stuck on what I should use, but the copper blocks are a perfect fit for the look of this lightsaber. It's too good. The gold, I think, complements it perfectly. Again, it's not 100% accurate, but it's good for Minecraft. It is very, very good for Minecraft. Up next is Cal Kestis from Jedi Fallen Order. This game is one of my favorite games. I played it, and it is amazing. The reason why it doesn't have a blade is because, well, it is really, really big. And I think in real life, the blade would be as big as, say, like Count Dooku's. But I just wanted to give as much detail. This one was very special. I just wanted to give it as much detail as I possibly could. And I'm so glad that the Blackstone bricks right here helped so much because there is that like black leathery grid pattern on the actual lightsaber itself. Super, super, super cool. Where it's torn away, where it was broken in half. Really nice. Really, really well done. This up next one is Ezra Bridger from Rebels. And again, this was his first one where it had the blaster on the end. And I tried my best to like give it that like nice blaster effect, and where this would turn and all like the crazy like builds onto it, because I think that's how it was in the show. Like it was just a lightsaber that was built on. But yep, with his blue blade and the upside, the curve up right there, and it's a little red button, nice. And I did like the little brown strap. It takes me probably about like half an hour to do, probably about like half an hour to a whole hour just to do all the lightsabers. Up next is, I can't remember if this is Kit Fisto. Yeah, this is Kit Fisto. I know Kit Fisto and Plo Koon's are very, very similar. But yeah, this one's Kit Fisto's, and it's a very basic design whilst being really detailed, especially where it has like where I added all these andesite step or diorite steps. But it's really, really nice just to give it a grid pattern. But yeah, just the basic green hilt with a whole lot of buttons on it. These are supposed to be red and green, but they or red and silver, sorry. So I did my best with the acacia and stone buttons. Up next is another one that I'm not all sorts of proud of, is Darth Revan. Again, it was super, super hard to do the triangular pattern on his lightsaber. It's super, super hard, and there's not much detail within the inside that I could replicate without exposing the middle. So this was a really difficult one to make, especially how like it curves in and pokes out. But I did my best, and I gave him his purple blade, and it's the only other purple blade other than Mace Windu's over there. Up next is again one that ended up being pretty big in my opinion, but then after looking back, it's about the same height as the other ones. This is Leia Organa, and this one again was really, really difficult because there's so many pictures and artworks that just make this look make it look so different. While the art style and the physical appearance may be the same, or the shape, sorry, but like the color is different. I've had this have like a gold color, I've had it had like a bronze, I've had it see a copper. So I decided to go with the happy middle between the stripped acacia logs, and I think it complements the gray concrete very, very, very well. Up next is again one of my favorites, not just the way it looks, but just of story aspect, and that is Starkiller. Again, the story is really cool. The game is really, really nice as well. And it looks a lot like Darth Vader's. I based mine a lot on Darth Vader. The only difference, the major noticeable difference, is of course the exposed center with the red kyber crystal showing. And that was really cool. I love how they did that, and it was really nice to do. And I hope they do something with this like in the future. Okay, coming around, it does kind of loop. It goes in a big U, so just so you can see it. And I did leave all of this extra room all the way down there for you guys to create your own lightsabers in the future. So we have Plo Koon. Again, this one's very, very similar to Kit Fisto's over there, with the same color, same like kind of pattern, especially with the stairs and slabs. But again, overall, same concept, except the blue blade instead of the bright green. This next one is Asajj Ventress. This one, again, I kind of fixed the issue with the curvature. So the curvature, the emitter ends upright vertical, so the blade can go upright vertical. But again, that was harder to do the curve. I don't think it looks the curve does not look as good as Count Dooku's. But again, I still think it looks pretty good. Again, it took me a while to get this one just because the curvature is so difficult. Up next is a concept art, actually, of Grogu's lightsaber. Again, very much similar to the Yoda lightsaber down there. Roughly same size. But the difference is, again, the color, the shape overall. Again, this was probably one of my favorites as well, just because Grogu is such a great character, and I really hope we see him again in The Mandalorian Season 2. Again, with the little ball at the end there. Again, just a nice little concept of what it could be. Again, is Genji, I think that's his name, or Gunji. This is from Rebels. He's a Wookiee Jedi. And honestly, I haven't watched Rebels as much, but I think it's Rebels. But this is a very interesting idea, so I decided to put it in because it's just a piece of wood. It's a shard of wood that has everything in it, which is a really innovative way to make a lightsaber. And again, the green blade, it's just really nice. Up next is from another video game, Vader Immortal, Lord Corvax. This is a VR game, and I've played it, and it is such a great story. One of the first lightsabers you get is this really ancient, sort of really cool sword, hilt with the blade. And here's the kyber crystal in the center where it emits everything through the top. And again, with the spiraling effect, it just looks super cool. One of my favorite games ever. All right, going off of the very last single-bladed lightsaber is Kanan Jarrus from Rebels and Season 1, Episode 1 of The Bad Batch. She is the Jedi that escapes in the first episode. I haven't gotten that far into Bad Batch, so we'll see what that's like. Again, his is really cool too. It's a very nice, I like this dish-like piece that goes above the emitter. And again, the emitter has a very big exposed part in the center, giving it a lot of really nice, unique looks. I don't know how the creative team comes up with new and cool lightsaber designs. It's really nice. All right, moving on to the top of the double-bladed lightsabers, and it only fit to put them across because it just makes the most sense. Of course, we have Darth Maul starting out, because how could you not? It was the very first double-bladed lightsaber in Star Wars, again, and it was super easy to make. A lot of fun to make as well. I tried to give it the nice classic look with the cone. They had like a cone that came up, and then it came rounder up at the top where the emitter was. And I tried to make the blades about as big as these ones over here. Up next is a Temple Guard lightsaber, and these ones are super cool. I really do like these. Like the blue, I don't know if these are lights or not in Star Wars lore and the Star Wars universe. I don't know if these are lights or not. It'd be really cool if they are. They make NeoPixel lightsabers in like real life, with the LEDs, and super detailed and just have amazing sounds. I want someone to create a Jedi Temple Guard lightsaber with the blue as lights. I think that'd be super cool. And up next was the final one I built, was Bastilla Shan. I don't remember what TV show this was from. I can't remember if it was from anything like Rebels, Clone Wars, or anything like that. I'm not 100% familiar on the character. Someone commented asking for it, so I delivered. Again, with I wanted to kind of hold off on giving them like two yellows at the same time. Like as you can see here, I tried holding off giving two of the same color blades at the same time. The only time I really did that was with Lord Corvax and Kanan Jarrus. The Ahsoka ones, they're a double, so it doesn't matter. But I do really like this one. It's simple. It's super simple, but effective. Again, that is every single lightsaber in the world so far. And the reason why I say so far is, again, I'm not going to stop broadcasting or promoting this. The map is downloadable for you to download to check out for yourself. You will spawn in this area right here with a book just giving the background on it and all that fun stuff. I've left a lot of space for you to create your own. I left to add something I missed, something of your own. Be creative again, or just blow up all the lightsabers. I honestly have fun however you want with them. Have fun with it. Again, link will be down in the description below for you to download this world. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have even more fun in the world. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Like and subscribe. You know what to do, all that jazz. Turn on the bell, and have a great rest of your day.